Okay, first things first. This isn't just any old 1988 penny. Most pennies from that year have either a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco. But this baby? It's missing its mint mark entirely, and that's what makes it a unicorn. This is what's called a transitional error. Basically, in 1989, the US Mint changed the way they put the mint mark on coins. They started engraving it directly onto the master die. But in late 1988, somebody goofed and used the new die on an old planchet, and boom, mint mark disappeared. Just like my diet every Monday. There are only a handful of verified 1988 pennies without a mint mark and with the 1989 reverse design. It's like finding Bigfoot riding a unicorn. These coins are insanely rare, and that's what makes them so valuable. In fact, one of these bad boys sold at auction for, get this, $1.6 million. That's not a typo. That's 6 zeros. For a penny. Now you're probably thinking, I got a whole jar of 1988 pennies. How do I know if I struck gold, or just copper disappointment? Great question. Flip the penny over. Look at the reverse side, that's the back for non-coin nerds. Does it look like a 1989 penny instead of a 1988? The tell is the designer initials FG, for Frank Gasparo, should be very close to the Lincoln Memorial. That's the key. Now flip it back to the front. Is there a mint mark under the date? No D, no S, just a naked 1988? Ding ding ding. Magnifying glass time. Make sure it's not just a worn-out D that faded from age or pocket tumble syndrome. You want a crisp, clean, never had a mint mark situation. Alright, story time. A few years ago, I found a suspicious-looking 1988 penny while digging for quarters in my car. It had no mint mark. I literally stared at it like it was a treasure map. Now here's where it gets tragic. I set it aside on my car's center console and totally forgot about it. A week later, I cleaned my car, tossed all the coins into a Coinstar cup, and, yep, I may have just yeeted $1.6 million into the machine in exchange for $3.12 in store credit at Kroger. So yeah, double check your pennies, people. Don't be like me. If you find a no mint mark 1988 penny with that sweet 1989 reverse, don't run to eBay just yet. Get it authenticated by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. If it checks out, you could be holding a literal fortune. So the next time someone says, it's just a penny, hit M with some knowledge and maybe $1.6 million worth of copper wisdom. If you learned something new today or you're suddenly feeling the urge to dump your whole couch cushion onto the table, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes on hidden coin treasures. We're diving into how this little copper-colored coin became a millionaire maker and how you might find one too. Welcome back to Coin Clues, where your spare change could change your life. So here's the scoop. Most pennies minted in 1991 have a small letter under the date, usually a D4 Denver or an S if it's a proof coin from San Francisco, but there's one sneaky little rascal that skipped the line and left the mint with no mint mark at all. That's right, just a naked date, 1991. No D, no S, no nothing. Now before you start yelling, but I have a ton of no mint mark pennies, hold your horses, because only the Philly coins are supposed to lack a mint mark. The big money comes from the 1991 proof penny that was supposed to have an S but doesn't. That's the jackpot. This coin was minted in San Francisco for collectors, proof coins, you know, those super shiny, mirror-like ones, but somehow a few slipped out without the S mint mark. And buddy, that's the one you're looking for. Okay, let's talk turkey. Or copper, rather, there are only a handful of these 1991 no S proof pennies known to exist. Some say 5. Others say maybe a few more hiding in private collections. Either way, it's crazy rare. And rare equals valuable, the most recent confirmed sale? A cool $1.7 million at auction. For a penny. Let me say it again, slowly. $1.7 million. For a coin you could accidentally tip your barista with. I swear, if I've ever tipped someone one of these by accident, I hope they named their yacht after me. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I got into coin collecting by total accident. I was helping my grandma clean out her attic when I found this dusty old Folgers coffee can full of coins. Naturally, I thought, sweet. Vending machine jackpot. But then I spotted a wheat penny and went down the coin collecting rabbit hole faster than you can say numismatics. Fast forward to today, and I'm the person at parties who's like, nice to meet you, have you checked your pocket change for minting errors? So yeah, coin nerd now. And proud. Now you're probably wondering, alright Sherlock, how do I know if I've got the $1 million baby? Look for proof sets from 1991, these are usually sold in hard plastic cases with 5 coins, check the penny in that set. Is it mirror-like and super shiny? Good, look closely beneath the date. No S mint mark? UHOH, you might be onto something, but make sure you're looking at a proof penny, not a circulated one. If it's dull, scratched, and looks like it's been through 5 recessions, probably not the one. Need help verifying it? Visit a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if it's the real deal. And trust me, if it is, you'll want them to help with the sale too. Alright treasure hunters, we've reached the end of this penny-powered adventure. Who knew one little missing letter could change your life? But that's the magic of coin collecting, sometimes the smallest things are worth the biggest bucks. Now it's your turn, go dig through those proof sets, those coin jars, your grandma's basement, with permission, okay, and see if you're sitting on a hidden gem. And hey, if you like this video and want more tips on how to spot valuable coins, collecting strategies, and true stories of people striking it rich with pocket change, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Bell, don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a coin worth a fortune. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or just want me to appraise your piggy bank next. 1992 D. Lincoln cent. This little guy looks like your average penny, until you notice one teeny tiny detail that makes it stupidly valuable. Let's talk about what to look for, why it's rare, and how I almost cried over a penny I gave away in 8th grade. True story. So here's the deal. The coin in question is the 1992 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent. That D stands for the Denver Mint. But it's not just any 1992 D penny, we're talking about one with a specific error, a close AM reverse. You see this space right here? Between the A and the M in America? On most 1992 pennies, there's a noticeable gap, the wide AM. But the rare version? That A and M are basically hugging. Like middle school slow dance close. That's the close AM. And it's wildly valuable because it wasn't supposed to happen. What happened? Basically, the mint accidentally used a proof die on a few business strike coins, kind of like if someone used a Ferrari engine in a Toyota Corolla. It's not supposed to be there, and that's what collectors go crazy for. There are only about 10 known examples of the 1992 D close AM penny. And in 2019, one sold for, you guessed it, $1.5 million. Now let me tell you the story that haunts me to this day. I was in 8th grade. Total coin nerd even back then. I was trading coins with a buddy. I gave him a bunch of older pennies, including one that I now swear was a 1992 D close AM. He gave me, wait for it, a Hot Wheels car and a Butterfinger. I thought I won the trade. I even remember thinking, pennies are boring. Today, that penny might be worth more than my entire student loan debt. So yeah, lesson learned, never underestimate the power of a Lincoln cent. So now that you know the magic of the 1992 D close AM penny, here's what you need to do: grab your coin jars, empty your couch cushions, and start inspecting your change. Look for that close cuddle between the A and M, it could change your life. And hey, if you want more tips on coins that could be worth thousands hiding in your pocket right now, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and ring that little bell so you don't miss the next episode of Coins Worth Money. Trust me, your wallet will thank you. 1994 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest coins floating around in pockets, junk drawers, and old piggy banks, and one recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Face screaming in fear, let's talk about how that's even possible and why you should go digging through your change right after this video. Alright, let's break it down for the non-coin nerds, because trust me, I was one until last year when I nearly threw out a coin worth over $300. True story, stay tuned for that. US coins usually have a mint mark, a tiny letter that tells you where the coin was made. For example, a D4 Denver S4 San Francisco no mint mark? Typically Philadelphia in 1994, all pennies were supposed to have a mint mark. So when one shows up without it? Ding ding ding, we've got a unicorn on our hands. So here's the thing, this isn't just any no mint mark penny. This baby has a very specific combo of mistakes: no mint mark, unusually sharp detail, and it was struck on a bronze planchet. Fancy talk for the wrong metal. Basically, the US Mint had a whoopsie and mixed some older metal blanks into the 1994 run. These were supposed to be zinc-coated steel pennies, but this one? Full-on bronze throwback. Think of it like a surprise cameo from the 80s. Because of its rarity and pristine condition, graded MS67 red, for you grading geeks, it broke records at auction in early 2024, snagging a cool $1.7 million. That's right. Someone paid $1,700,000 for a penny. Imagine trying to use that in a vending machine. Sir? This thing costs more than the actual vending machine. Okay, quick story time. Last year, I was clearing out my late uncle's old coin jar. I'm talking hundreds of dirty, dusty coins. I'm halfway through watching Netflix, mindlessly sorting, when I find this 1972 penny that looked weirdly shiny. I was this close to chucking it back into the donation pile when something told me, let me just Google it. Long story short? It was a 1972 double die obverse. I sent it in for grading and it came back as VF30. Sold it on eBay $4,315. Not a million, but hey, that's groceries for a month and a new Xbox controller. Always check your coins. Always. Even the crusty ones. Here's what to look for if you're hunting for that magical 1994 no mint mark. Flip it under good light, look for the absence of a mint mark, nothing under the date. Is it unusually shiny? More bronze than zinc? Consider weighing it. Bronze cents weigh 3.11 grams versus 2.5 g for the newer ones. Send it in for grading. PCGS or NGC are the big dogs. It's like the lottery, except your ticket is literal pocket change. So there you have it, folks, the humble 1994 Lincoln cent that made someone a millionaire. Next time you get change back from Taco Bell, don't just toss those pennies in your cup holder. One of them might pay off your student loans. Or your house. Or get you that dream life on a beach sipping coconut water while flipping coins for fun. If you found this video helpful or even mildly entertaining, go ahead and smash that like button like it's a vending machine that stole your last quarter. And don't forget to subscribe. I drop new videos every week on rare coins, coin roll hunting tips, and how to turn everyday change into cold, hard cash. Moneybag. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next $1 million coin breakdown. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin or thought you did, drop your story in the comments. I love reading your finds. Who knows, maybe we'll feature your story next. 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's now worth a whopping $1.40 million. Moneybag. No, your ears didn't glitch. That's 1.4 million. For a penny. Let's dive into the how, why, and what you should be digging through your couch for after this video. Okay, let's break it down like a vending machine that's out of order. What exactly is this magical millionaire penny? So, the 2002 Lincoln penny is part of the regular OL US 1 cent series. Made mostly of zinc, covered in copper, and featuring Honest Abe doing his thing. But here's the kicker: most 2002 pennies were struck with a mint mark, either a D4 Denver or a P4 Philadelphia. But this bad boy? Nada. Zilch. No mint mark. Now you might be thinking, okay, but no mint mark? That's not that weird, right? And you're kind of right. Coins without mint marks aren't always rare. But, in this case, something went really funky at the mint. A batch of coins that were supposed to have a mint mark didn't. Experts believe it was a die error, meaning the stamp that puts the little letter on the coin just forgot to show up to work that day, kinda like me on Mondays. But here's the fun part: these errors are usually caught fast. Like, superhero speed fast. But not this time. Somehow, a tiny batch of these no mint mark 2002 pennies made it out into the wild before anyone noticed. Now, collectors love this stuff. It's like Pokemon but with historical metal discs, and one super high-grade example, flawless condition, graded MS70, sold at auction for $1.4 million. I know. That's like 140 million regular pennies. Math hurts my brain. Okay, quick story time. Last summer, I was helping my grandma clean out her junk drawer. You know, the one: random rubber bands, expired coupons from 2003, and an entire army of loose coins. I spotted a shiny penny, flipped it over, and guess what? No mint mark. My heart did that little hop skip jump thing. I sprinted to the kitchen table, pulled out my magnifier like a CSI agent, just in case I was sitting on $1 million penny. Spoiler alert, it was a 1998. Broken heart, but hey, the thrill was real. And since then, I check every penny. Every single one. So now you're thinking, how do I find this unicorn penny? Lincoln design on the obverse, front, memorial reverse, not the shield that started in 2010, no mint mark under the year, perfect or near perfect condition, no scratches, dents, or that thing where it looks like it went through the garbage disposal. If you find one, do not spend it. I repeat, do not use it to buy gum. Get it professionally graded. Look for services like PCGS or NGC. That's your golden ticket to the big leagues. So what have we learned today? Coin fam, never underestimate a penny. One tiny error can turn pocket change into portfolio change, and here's my challenge to you. After this video, go dig through your change jar, your car cup holders, your grandma's kitchen drawers. You never know what's hiding under the dust bunnies. And hey, if you find that magical 2002 no mint mark penny, I want to be the first to congratulate you and casually ask to borrow $5. Smirking face. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button like you're hammering a coin press. Hit subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss any more real-world money tips, collector secrets, or coin stories you didn't know you needed. 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny with the D mint mark, and why one very special version of it could make you richer than a squirrel in a peanut factory. Let's break this down. In 2006, the US Mint pumped out hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents, business as usual. Most were worth exactly 1 cent. Maybe a little more if you're emotionally attached. But the Denver Mint, hence the little D mark under the date, produced a few coins that ended up being crazy valuable due to mint errors or ultra-rare variations. These aren't just your average. I found it in a parking lot next to a used Band-Aid, Pennies. These are coins that collectors go bananas over. So here's the $1.8 million question. Why is this specific 2060 penny worth so much? Well, rumor has it that one of these pennies had a very rare double die error. Basically, the design was struck twice, slightly off, causing doubling of the letters or numbers. The result? A coin with a defect so beautiful it's basically the Marilyn Monroe of pennies. On top of that, the coin was in pristine condition, graded MS69 or even a perfect MS70 by the big dogs like PCGS or NGC. That kind of condition, combined with the error and rarity, sent the value skyrocketing faster than my blood pressure at a coin show. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was going through a jar of coins at my grandma's house, classic rainy day, nothing on TV situation. I found this old, shiny 2060 penny. I got super excited, thought I hit the jackpot. Called my cousin, called my cat, I was ready to buy a yacht. Turns out it wasn't the $1 million version. But it was still worth about $12 because it was in great shape. Not bad for something I almost used in a vending machine. So what should you look for? Check for the D mint mark below the year 2006. Look closely at the lettering, especially "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Any doubling? That's a good sign. Get a magnifying glass. Or if you're like me, just squint aggressively. Condition is everything. The closer to mint state, the better. No scratches, where, or signs it was once used to scratch a lottery ticket. Consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC if you think it's the real deal. Look, I'm not saying you're going to find a $1.8 million penny in your sock drawer, but I'm also not saying that. These things happen. People throw out coins every day without knowing their worth. So next time you get change at the grocery store, take a sec to check those pennies. You never know if one of them is a tiny copper lottery ticket. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, rare mint errors, and how to spot hidden treasure in your pocket change, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that little bell so you don't miss out. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you just want to humble brag about your lucky penny collection. 2011 D mint mark Lincoln penny that could change your life and how you might just have one rattling around in your junk drawer. Face with monocle, but before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell because we're all about coins worth money, clever collecting hacks, and making you the savviest coin nerd on the block. Okay, so what's the deal with this 2011 Denver minted Lincoln penny? Here's the scoop: most 2011 D pennies are super common. Like, mint them by the billions common. So how on earth is one worth nearly $2 million? The answer, my fellow penny pinchers, is in the details. We're talking mint errors. Rare, freaky, how did that even happen kind of stuff. Double diabers, that's when Lincoln's face or the inscriptions are doubled. It's like Honest Abe had one too many coffees and is vibrating slightly. Off center strike: if part of the design is missing or way off center, that's a red flag, or in our case, a green one. Dollar banknote wrong planchet: imagine a penny struck on a dime blank. Now you've got a mini penny with big value. Die clash or cud, looks like a chunk of metal or a ghostly imprint? That might be a mint mistake collectors drool over, and there's one specific 2011 D with a highly unusual combination of these errors, rumored to have sold for around $1.7 million in a private auction. I know. I had the same face when I read that too. Now let me tell you a quick story. Last year, I was helping my uncle, shout out to Uncle Rick, clean out his garage. He had this old Folgers can full of pennies. I mean, like 1,000 of them. I thought, okay, cool, maybe we'll find a weak penny or two. 3 hours and a caffeine crash later, I find a 2011 D with a weird rim. Looked off center and had some funky doubling around the Liberty. I nearly passed out. Got it checked out by a local coin shop. Turns out it wasn't the $1 million one, but it was still worth about $150. Moral of the story? Always check your change. You never know when Uncle Rick's rusty Folgers will turn into a treasure chest. Hot beverage sparkles. So let's talk numbers for a sec. Average 2011 D penny? Worth 1 cent, slight mint error? Maybe $10 to $200. Major error in mint condition? You could be looking at several $1,000. The unicorn we mentioned? That $1.7 million payday was a perfect storm. An ultra rare, possibly unique error coin, authenticated and sold privately to a serious collector. Condition is king. The shinier and less handled, the better. If it's graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC? Jackpot potential. Gemstone. So what have we learned, folks? Always check your pennies, especially those from 2011 with the D mint mark. Know what mint errors to look for. Get anything weird authenticated. And most importantly, never underestimate the power of a boring old coin, because sometimes, a penny for your thoughts could turn into 7 figures for your wallet. Money mouth face. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips, stories, and real deal strategies to find coins worth serious money, do me a favor, smash that like button, leave a comment if you've ever found a rare penny, subscribe for more coin hunting goodness every single week. I've got videos coming up on rare quarters, dollar bills with hidden value, and even a guide on starting a coin collection from scratch with $20. 2016 D Lincoln 1 cent penny that reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $1.80 million. Yup, you heard that right, a single copper-colored coin with a little D on it. And don't worry, I thought it was a hoax too until I did some digging. So today, we're diving into why this little coin is raking in big bucks, how to spot one, and a personal story about the time I almost cashed in on a coin jackpot but didn't, because I was busy microwaving leftover pizza. Yeah. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the basics. What's the deal with the 2016 D penny? First off, the D stands for the Denver Mint, not diamond, though it might as well. Most of these pennies are worth, well, a penny. But there's a rare error version out there that has collectors foaming at the mouth. Like, GameStop stock circa 2021 level foaming. The $1.8 million penny is special because of a minting error. Think of it like a factory oopsie that turned into a jackpot. We're talking things like double dies, off-center strikes, or a super crisp and rare transitional metal composition. The known $1 million version has an ultra-rare error and is graded MS67 plus red by a top grading company. That's basically the penny equivalent of getting a 6-pack, full scholarship, and perfect credit score all in one. And let's be honest, this kind of error is like winning the DNA lottery. Most of us just get boring, regular pennies, but some of us? Some get the golden goose in copper form. Okay, now the big question: do you have one of these magical $1 million pennies? Here's what you want to look for. Look for the 2016 date with a D mint mark under the year. Check the coin's condition, no scratches, discoloration, or signs it's been living in your car cup holder. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope, look for double die errors or weird features in the lettering. If you suspect something funky, get it graded. Seriously, even if you're not sure, send it in. Because worst case, you're out like $30, and best case? You're retiring next Tuesday. Okay, so story time. A couple years ago, I was rolling coins to cash in for gas money. Yes, we were broke. I remember the shiny 1983 penny that looked weird. It sounded different when I dropped it. Like, weirdly zingy. But I was like, probably nothing, and chucked it in with the rest. Fast forward 2 years later, I find out there are rare 1983 copper pennies worth tens of thousands. I could have been somebody. So, moral of the story? Always check your change. And never underestimate the value of spare coins or your mom's coffee can stash. Moms always have treasure, man. Back to the 2016 D, while not every error penny is worth millions, even decent examples with minor errors can go for $100, $500, or even $1,000 depending on condition. Collectors love clean, red-toned coins with sharp details. The key is rarity, error type, and certified grading. Also, keep an eye out for coins labeled MS, mint state, and graded by PCGS or NGC. If it's labeled MS67 or higher, buddy, you might be onto something. So next time someone tells you, it's just a penny, you look them straight in the eye and say, it could be the penny. Because one tiny coin could change your whole financial future. If you enjoyed learning about hidden coin treasures, weird minting errors, and how to turn couch change into serious cash, smash that like button like it owes you money. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post weekly videos about coins worth money, collector hacks, and strategies to grow your coin collection without going broke.